Well, hello, John. It's great to meet you.
Hi, Sean. Good to meet you too.
Congrats on like this huge and epic start to season 2 of House of David. It,
Thank
it,
you.
it has been awesome what I've seen so far, and one of the rare shows that like comes back quickly. We didn't have to wait that long since season 1, so thank you for that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it was it's been quite an effort to push this out, but we kind of jumped right into season two. We were actually shooting season two when season one aired. And so we all got the satisfaction of like seeing how people were enjoying it while we were making it. And that was actually a nice boost because people were just so excited and the response was beyond what we could have imagined to season one. So it was a nice boost while we were struggling through a quick turnaround on season two.
Yeah, it's been obviously highly praised for obvious reasons, and the demand is there for more of the story, and you're delivering it. Season 2, really drops us into this kingdom on the brink of Saul unraveling, David rising. How did you want to approach capturing the intensity of this power shift without losing much of the personal and human side of the story?
Well, that's the great balance of this show, honestly, that I feel like, we've and I think season two does it even better than season one because we give a tremendous amount of scope. There's a lot of there's a lot of high stakes, right? David stepping into his destiny is going to come at a great cost. And that cost means big battle scenes and epic scope, but also all of the drama within the palace and within the family's relationships, the love story, the father-daughter, the brother, the siblings. And so we get a really good balance of like complex, powerful drama with these truly excellent actors. I mean, just extraordinary cast. And so it's been so exciting having made season one to know how good these actors really are and to be able to write to their strengths. And this season is so much more complex just within the relationships and so much bigger with regard to the scope and scale. So I think if you liked season one, you're really going to love season two. I'm really proud of it.
Usually, in the first season, everyone's finding their footing, but I feel like there was like a preseason because season 1 was so great and all the actors were on top of it. So they're just continuing the greatness from season 1. And the series brings, the age of Iron to life with warfare and politics evolving quickly. Can you talk about balancing the historical authenticity by making the action actually accessible and thrilling for a modern audience?
Yeah. And you know what's cool about it is that the age of Iron, like this was an interesting thing that emerged in the writer's room. We realized our show is set right at that transition from the Age of Bronze to the Age of Iron. And it's a season of transformation. It's kind of hard to imagine, but from a modern perspective, that shift from bronze to iron, that is a technological evolution that will change the world. And if you've got iron and your enemy doesn't, then you have a massive advantage. And so the power of Goliath's sword being an iron sword and this new technology emerging is a metaphor for David being this powerful weapon that will change the world, and the transformation of David from shepherd to warrior. He's going to be forged in fire, right? And so and it comes at great cost and with a lot of pain, but also some really good drama. So for a modern audience, what's cool about that is it's just the specificity of that time period is different than a lot of things we're used to watching. So it's fun to get into the details of what it was to make iron when no one really knew how to make it and how it would benefit you and give you an advantage, along with many other things about that era that are different.
No, I love it. And obviously there's no House of David without David, played by Michael, who was, I enjoyed talking to him previously. He is continued to be praised, not just for his acting, but also for his musical talent that fans love, the singing and playing. And we get another taste of it early in season 2. Can audiences expect more of that woven into the story this year?
Definitely. I mean, he's a warrior poet all the way to the end. And so we love to put his voice in the show. There are new songs coming out this season. We're also releasing a soundtrack of David's that has a B-side that's all of his Psalms. And so I think a lot of people have been asking for that because he just has an extraordinary voice. And Kevin Kiner and his team who write the music for the show have written lovely melodies for these songs. And so I'm excited to have some new music this season in the midst of all the action.
Everyone's demanding it. I see it online every day.
Me too.
David's known as both a warrior and a poet, and Michael has truly brought him to life. And did Michael's, natural musicality help you increase the side of the poet in the character on screen. I feel like he brings a lot to David. That
Definitely. I mean, he has shaped this role in such powerful ways. And his voice was the first piece that the moment we met him, he sang something for us, sent it to us as a text on our phone. And we were like, wow. And we brought that to our composer and we said, we want as much of this in the show. It's even shaped the melodies of the score itself, the quality of his voice, which is so pivotal to how it brought peace to the king and was transformational to so many people, has been a real gift. And so, yes, definitely Michael brings a lot to that. And he is an extraordinary performer. He plays the lyre for real. You know, he learned to play that instrument the way he plays the guitar. So there are more times than you might expect where he's singing live on set, which is very rare. And he's just plucking that thing, singing these songs live. And it's beautiful for everybody on set to hear.
Yeah, everyone continues to praise just not just acting, but his musical talent as well. You've directed both intimate films and large scale epics. What unique challenges does House of David present in terms of scale, sets, and special effects?
Yeah, you know, the challenge for us is because we do it so quickly and with less money than a lot of people, you know, you have to find that balance of prioritizing. How do we get all of this scope and all this scale and all this action without sacrificing the drama and the intimate moments? And I think we really do, John Irwin and I sort of divide and conquer a lot in figuring out how to make sure we're putting enough time into both of those things. And I think we jam these episodes filled with a lot of both. You'll see this season is extraordinary. The performances are amazing. There's a lot of beautiful, quiet, intimate moments. There's a lot of wonderful, unleashed, visceral, dynamic acting moments. And then there's tons of action and scope. So we fight hard for that balance.
Yeah, I've already got a taste of it and I like what I've seen. You know, this show does mix, you know, biblical faith with universal storytelling, but, you know, in this world that we're in today, how do you ensure it resonates with both faith audiences that, you know, and those who just might be coming just for the drama and just for entertainment as well?
I mean, I think it naturally serves both, you know, like I guess it's the same way that you can be someone, you can really enjoy Lord of the Rings, even if you've never read Tolkien, you know, this is in many ways the origin of the hero's journey, right? And David's character is the template for whether it's Frodo or Luke Skywalker or Spider-Man, Harry Potter. You know, I mean, I think we all recognize the power of the story of a person plucked from obscurity with a destiny greater than they imagined. And so I think it's a very entertaining and compelling and action-packed show, regardless of whether you know the source material or believe in the Bible. And so, but if you do know the material and if you do love the material, this brings it to life in a way that should be even more compelling and resonant, you know.
Yeah, the audience is diverse 100% and for good reason too, because you're hitting all the right things for everybody that enjoys this types of storytelling. I got to talk about you working with my favorite actors. You worked with a lot of amazing people, but Alan Ritchson is one of my favorites and a lot of people's favorites. And, you know, what did Alan bring to Ordinary Angels that surprised you the most, or just in general? Like, he really truly stands out amongst leading men in this industry.
Yeah, he brought so much humanity and vulnerability to that role. And it was a real great gift. I mean, I met him, you know, this was a number of years ago when I first met him. And when we cast him in that role, he was doing all this big action stuff and Reacher, of course. And the moment I met him, I was like, oh, he's a father, he's a husband. He's really like a big kid, you know, in this massive body, but also has a great sensitivity and vulnerability. And he's very vocal about his own life and struggles and things. And so that there is a nuance to what he's capable of that, you know, we don't often see when you watch a show like Reacher. And I think he knew that and was excited for the opportunity. And I just absolutely adore this man. I mean, he's an incredible talent. He's a wonderful man, a great partner to work with. I'm looking forward to finding a project to work on again with him because he's just so great. And he and Hilary Swank together in Ordinary Angels, they were just a power duo, the two of them together.
Yeah, I mean, Hillary is just a force on her own. I mean, she's amazing. Yeah, and yeah, incredible. I hope you and Alan get to do another project together. I'd like to see what y'all are able to do. And also, you know, you helped bring American Underdog to life, which I really enjoyed. The Breakable Boy was a fantastic film with Zachary Levi. He's someone that audiences really associate with charm and heart as well. What was it about Zach, you know, that made him fit for those types of films and inspirational stories.
Well, it was great. We had cast Zach in American Underdog right before COVID hit. And when COVID happened, it shut that movie down for a while. And while we were sitting around wondering what we were going to do with our lives, I wrote the adaptation of Unbreakable Boy. And we were like, wow, we're already making a movie with Zach. He'd kind of be great for this movie too. And because we were shooting in the early days of COVID, before there were any real protocols, we sort of bubbled up in Oklahoma and just decided we would do both of these movies back to back. So I had written both movies and produced both of them. I directed Unbreakable Boy, and the Irwin brothers directed American Underdog. So we kind of just like spent 4.5 months in Oklahoma and shot my movie first, where we could figure out all the difficulties of shooting in COVID. I took all the early bullets on that, and then Zach was training for football while we were shooting Unbreakable Boy. In between takes on my movie, he was like learning, all the skills he needed for American Underdog. And yeah, he had so many of the attributes needed to play Kurt Warner, and those same things really applied nicely in different ways to the character in Unbreakable Boy. So we had a great time together.
I got to see maybe Zach and Alan in a film together somehow. I think we should also work on that. Last thing I'm going to ask, filming in a period setting often brings some wild on-set moments. You just never know what's going to be thrown at you. Do you have any only on the House of David stories, maybe something with costumes, weather, or an unplanned prop that created a memorable day?
Yeah, the great question. I mean, first of all, you have no idea, as sweet as the sheep are for a shepherd to have, man, are they noisy and annoying. And I can't tell you the number of times we're in the middle of an intimate moment between two people having a conversation, with the prophet Samuel or something, where David is lamenting his struggles in life, when you just get like a, right. Also dealing with horses, of course, a lot of animals. You never know what they're going to do. We have really well-trained animals, but there are some funny moments where horses will just poke their way right into a shot and stick their face right in front of the camera. And yeah, I mean, a lot of the props, we have various versions of them. So the plastic sword, the rubber sword, the real sword. And so training with the different versions of those weapons so that it looks real in the moment and is still safe. A lot of times they just break in the middle of a shot, and so you just got like someone hits a sword, it just snaps in half, and then you kind of have to laugh and pause and pick it up. But and also the fact that we shoot out in the elements. I mean, we build our sets on the land. So if it starts pouring rain, you just have to deal with it. If the wind comes whipping through, we just live with that. And it sometimes interrupts scenes in cool ways, but it also gives us a ton of real great mood.
Yeah, that's authenticity right there, and at least it's
that's
not the boom guy that's getting in the shots and making those noises too.
That happens too.
if any of those props go into an auction, send me the link. I would like to bid on some of those props because they're really cool stuff.
That's a good idea. We should do that. Yeah.
Because y'all have done a great job with House of David. Excited to see more episodes of season 2. Jon, thank you so much. It was an extreme pleasure for sure.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. It was really great talking to you.